We're gonna talk about 80s and 90s movies. For you, 90s Razor Am. 80s movies they would grow up. Which movies would you remake today?
Okay, well, I chose this one here. I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Gymkata.
So,
Oh, that's a
What?
great one.
Great movie.
so,
Wow.
so, if any, I know now Ray Sharon's like, what the hell is that?
No, I know what it
I don't
is.
even-
Oh,
Okay?
you know this film?
I
Have you
don't
seen
even know
this?
that film.
Oh,
Yeah.
Have
I
you
watched
seen
a
it?
lot of I Love the 80s on VH1, so I know.
But have you seen
oh,
this
it's
film?
the best.
Kirk
Have you
Thomas.
seen this? Have you seen this film?
Have you seen this film? If you have not,
Yeah.
you should look it up. And it is one of the best, craziest martial art films you've ever seen. It's the same guy who did Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
And
What?
yeah,
Robert
12
Plow.
years later, he makes this film, and it's worse than that in the best way ever.
What's his name? The director who made
Robert Klaus. Robert Klaus.
Wow. Wow.
Robert Klaus. And what's great about this film is that this guy, he's an
Thomas.
Olympic gymnast. He's a real Olympic
Yeah,
gymnast. I think he actually won a medal.
Wow.
The gold medal. Yeah.
And I'm not going to go into detail of the names because I don't remember everything as far as
No,
what I remember.
It was like after the '84 Olympics, and like it was a time where like all these Olympic gymnasts were starring in their own movies.
Right.
Kirk Thomas.
So if you were a martial artist like Cynthia Rothrock, you're in a movie. Like you were Cynthia Rothrock is another one of those 80s martial artists that acting ability is not a prerequisite to starring in your own film. Neither did this guy. And if I had to get his name correct, I think it's Kirk Thomas.
Yeah, Kirk Thomas.
And he went like he's an Olympian, and he gets to go to a place called Pakistan, some
random.
Parkin
random
stand?
like,
Parkin stand?
Parkin stand? I don't know. Like in
Right next to-
Yugoslavia, I don't know, something like that. Parmesan, I think. Parmesan.
Parmesan.
Like Parmesan.
Pharmacist.
And
Parmesan.
Stan, like Pakistan, whatever. But anyway, this guy has to, so he has to go to a place like, it's Parkinstan or whatever, and enter this thing called the game. So people get hunted, and he finds out that his dad was in this game, and he has to go and find him.
Yeah,
but he has to get
it's
trained.
exactly the same.
So
It's almost the same story as Enter the Dragon.
it's Enter the Dragon,
Yeah,
yeah.
both
So
a remote
yeah.
island, and they fight in a tournament. So
right,
yeah,
and
By
he has to
crazy
learn how to use his Olympic ability, his gymnastic ability, hence gym,
That's
and
cool.
and
Karate.
combine it with karate by a Japanese princess who teaches him how to combine Japanese karate and gymnastics together. And he does like these trainings where he's like doing handstands on stairs and like lifting himself up through these stairs. And then later on, he actually has to go and find his dad. But they go through this village where it's like a bunch of zombies who happen to, well, he has to go and fight them, but he happens to have found like a pommel horse in the middle of nowhere, and then
No,
he
it's in the
starts
town
kicking
square.
ass with that
No, it doesn't
pommel
look
horse.
it's not a pommel horse, but it is.
Yeah, it is because
Yeah.
it's
Happens
a
to have
long
the,
log with a bar with these handlebars on it.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing.
and in an alleyway, he has to fight out these two thugs, and guess what? There's a parallel bar in the middle of nowhere. He fights these guys with the parallel bars. So
And he's
that's my
somehow
pick.
always has the straps on so he can have
Yeah.
chalk.
yeah,
Right? He has
yeah,
that
there's,
thing.
yeah, there's I think I recall. Again, I haven't seen this movie for like almost 10 years, which is actually, if you think about it, like, you should watch it every decades to get that refresher. It's a great cheesy movie, but I've been talking about this movie, and ask anyone who's been in the film industry with me. I always talk about remaking this film. And if I wanted, and I would love to make this film with drum roll please. I think Jason Statham as the lead because he's really good, and Gemma Chan as the princess. That's who I would pick.
I think this would be a great comedy.
Yeah, and I think if I had to add in the third one, it would be like maybe Kevin Hart. I don't know why. I just think like just a fast talker thing would be really cool. And he's like the guy who sponsors the mission. Oh, and the mission. Here's how lame the mission is. The mission is that if you win the game and you survive, you get bragging rights and one wish. A wish. That's it. You get a wish. And the wish
A
is
magical wish?
it's not any wish. And you get it. So the wish is that they get to put up some kind of satellite to spy on everyone. And that's the wish he has to go up. That's why they send him there, so he can get this wish.
Wait, in Gymkata or your movie?
In Gymkata.
Oh.
In the real, I can't make this up.
Oh.
I don't even know how to write this script because it's so.
You
weird.
know, after hearing all of this, I can't support this remake because Gymkata is making me actually sick. It's like. It's one of those movies that after you watch, you don't know why you watched it. There's no benefit from it. I don't think it's not.
No.
It doesn't age well because it doesn't make.
It doesn't age well. That's
Does
what's
not.
so good about it. It stinks and it's stinky good. Like it's
Yeah.
it's like your own fart.
Yeah.
Only you can stand it.
Yeah. It's so bad, but is it so bad that it's so good now?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, you have to watch it with people. You can't watch it by yourself.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
Okay.
anyway,
Watch it at a midnight showing in a theater.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone has to come out hating it together.
That Gymkata would be a cool T-shirt now. It'd be a nice retro T-shirt.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be sick.
Should make
Ooh.
some.
That'd be sick.
Ooh, I
It should be on
think.
a sleeveless shirt though.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need it like in
Just
that
like the
same
dude.
shirt.
Yeah, maybe one of those like World Gym cutoff shirts, like that's like
Yes.
Yeah.
with the
Gym-
gear and this Gymkata.
That's right. There should be a gym, a
We should-
workout place called
we're gonna-
Gymkata.
We'll make you one, and then you'll wear it for the next episode, okay, Dave?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, like you're making me wear a wig and makeup like last time. So
All right, Corey.
If you want to. Only
Corey?
if you want.
What do you think?
What's my pick?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going with a Joel Schumacher movie made in 1993 by the name of Falling Down.
oh,
Oh.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's starring it did star Michael Douglas and Robert Duvall, if you can believe that. And it's about this guy who gets fired from his job. It's like a heat wave in Los Angeles. His air conditioning goes out in his car. He has to walk from one end of Los Angeles all the way to the other end of Los Angeles to get to his daughter's birthday party, who lives with his wife who divorced him. So he's like boiling over with rage, and he goes on a murder spree, and he starts like killing like thugs and gangsters and neo-Nazis and like just anyone who stands in his way. And Robert Duvall is the cop who's chasing after him and trying to catch him and everything like that. So that movie will never be remade, but it should be remade. And I'm gonna star Bryan Cranston
ooh,
in the lead, so that he can have this Breaking Bad like arc in like the span of like 2 hours. And then I don't know. I guess Ethan Hawke is the cop chasing after him.
Why do you think it'll never be made? People
I
have been
think we live
talking
in a-
about it. People have been
We
talking
live
about
in a
this
totally
movie.
different climate now. Like everyone's sensitive about guns. Everyone's sensitive about like race and all that kind of stuff. But I think I would want. Essentially, the story is about a guy who can't stand. He can't deal with the new world that he's faced with. he's used to the old ways, to the more conservative ways, and he doesn't like all the new stuff that's happening. So, it would just be, it's about this character who can't accept all the things today, like hipsters and, Instagram celebrities and shit like that, all that shit that's going on in LA. And so he would take those types of people out.
I think if you do it, tactfully, like how Jojo Rabbit is like that, you can definitely send the same message without, being too literal with everything that movie kind of showed. I don't know. I'm just trying to.
That was the whole point of the film. It's like I think it's totally adaptable. Like like you said, Corey, it could be kind of these new things because it's still the same old shit that people, like cis white male are it's like basically it could be about immigrants, it could be about
Yeah.
it could be about Mexicans, it could be about brown people, whatever, it could be about Asians who are taking over San Gabriel Valley, like there's always it could be about gentrification, it could be a lot of stuff, so I think it can totally be adaptable.
Yeah. Similar to like Bulworth, like Bulworth was kind of like that. I like Bulworth a lot.
Wow, it's amazing. You're a what to watch ninja. Before your turn, you just slip it in. You do like
Gymkata. That's how you do it. You gotta do.
You just like wedge that like offering in.
Hey, I give. That's all I do. I give.
Like ninja stars.
Yeah. Like, wow.
David's a giver. He's a giver.
Yeah. What about you, Anderson? Which one would you remake?
There's one film I absolutely adore. Because I just loved it as a kid, and it was a huge flop. And then also is like has some very like blatant and you could say offensive yellow face in it too. But I think it'd be worthy of an update.
Let me guess this.
Oh,
Let's guess
I know
this.
what you're gonna say.
Let's guess it.
Okay,
Guess
go ahead.
it.
That's it.
Go ahead, son.
I guess Remo Williams.
Okay, what do you guys do?
I'm going big Trouble in Little China.
We're gonna remake that already.
Oh.
that doesn't have yellow face.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of one, but there's so many. But I'm like trying to. I can't. I can't. I'm trying to think of your style and what you're thinking, but then like I'm thinking of like old stuff like Mickey Rooney and what's that other?
Remo Williams. I feel real.
Remo Williams.
I'm close.
I agree. I was gonna say Remo Williams.
What do you think?
I can't think. What would a yellow face movie in the 80s be? I don't know.
Okay.
Remo Williams is pretty odd.
Don't guess.
It is Remo Williams.
Yes.
I love that
Remo
movie.
Williams. It portrayed a Korean guy.
Remo Williams,
Right?
The Adventure Begins. That's because it's supposed to.
Yeah, I know.
When was this movie made? When was this movie made,
I think it was
Anderson?
made
How
in
old
like
were we?
85 or 86.
So 80. So we were what, like 10, 9 when this movie came out?
Something like that, yeah. Let me just.
Oh yeah.
When this movie came out, I was so
85.
excited to watch.
Yeah.
I was so excited to watch it because I saw some trailer or something about it, and it had like the guy running on top of sand. I thought it was like a Karate Kid type of movie.
Cheon is his name, right? Cheon.
I was so excited, and I remember watching it, and I was like, "What's wrong with his face?" I couldn't figure it out. I was like, "He's Korean," and then he was speaking Korean. I was like, "That's not Korean," and I've never seen a Korean. Why is his face look like? I had no idea
He's
that was yellow
classic
face.
actor, that guy.
Joel
I
Grey.
forgot his name.
Joel Grey. He's Jennifer Grey's dad, right? So Joel Grey, Broadway star, and again.
Earl Grey, like in the T.
No, yeah, Joel Grey.
Joel Grey.
Yeah, he was a total wax makeup. Played a Korean martial arts master. Cheon, and he
So basically, the story is this. It's it's pretty simple. Like Fred Ward is the main character, and he goes by Sam, and he's like a New York cop, and he gets ambushed.
it's like Knight Rider in a way. Like he gets attacked and then left for dead, and he's chosen by some secret organization to be part of this like secret program, and he apparently changes his appearance and all that stuff, and so
Yeah.
he gets trained by Joel Grey, who plays a Korean like master or sensei or whatever,
Yeah.
to be part of this like secret kind of organization for spies, and then he goes, most of the movie's about his training, but then he goes into this like into this actual mission where he's got to like save the country because someone's smuggling government secrets or something like that. So, but yeah, I mean that film was great, man. It's great.
Who's gonna star?
If it was a few years ago, it would have been someone like Ryan Reynolds, But
Oh, I like that idea.
but I mean, I can't think of a younger actor because the actor has to be in his like early 30s, I think. So. But like, I think the main thing that needs to be corrected is that actually hire an Asian guy to be the master, right?
No. No. That's what made the movie like so bad and cheesy.
Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be so-
that's the only reason we're talking about that movie is because of that yellow face. I think if it had an Asian in there, it'd be.
No, that's not saying
Too right on the
remake.
spot.
If you do a remake, then it should be like it shouldn't be a guy in yellow face. It should be an actual Asian actor.
No,
But then-
or maybe a black guy who actually knows how to do martial arts. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, sure.
Michael J. White.
Michael John White.
Yeah, Black Dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be.
I like that pick.
Or it could be like the RZA. Like. Like.
That's a good idea.
So I mean, like but yeah, I mean, I think it's even though it's very dated, I think it's still a fun movie. And then Joel Grey, he played he always for that role he was also nominated for a Golden Globe Award for that role.
What? Oh,
You mean
wow!
a
I
yellow
thought you
glove?
were gonna say Razzie, but
No, yeah, I mean it's so funny, man. He's like, yes, here's some rice and then just a touch of honey. I remember that. Just a drop of honey in your rice.
That's crazy.
Who
directed that movie?
That movie taught me how to do a
Dodge
white
bullets.
man Asian accent.
White.
Because think about
Oh,
it.
yeah. Yeah.
No, really,
love
think
to
about
hear
it
it.
is that at home, if your mom is speaking English,
Right.
she doesn't go, "Hello, you need to eat lunch now and put little honey on now." My mom doesn't talk like that. It's a very authentic Korean accent. You need to eat come, as Korea, you eat like that. It's not, you need to come now, right? And I was going, who talks like that? I've never met a human being that talks like that. And the way I make fun of the Asian accent is basically I do a mimic of that. And
Right.
breakfast
Tiffany's.
at Tiffany's, right?
yeah, that make you really.
Why are you so loud? Whoa, right? Yeah.
I mean, the director Guy Hamilton, he actually is most famous for directing like several James Bond movies, like Goldfinger and The Man
Oh, really? Oh,
and Live and Let
wow.
Die. So, yeah.
Who would you get to
Did it-
direct it today?
I don't know. It's like a pretty good director.
Martin Campbell.
Martin Campbell.
I think Martin Campbell needs to come back to work.
Yeah. I mean, he would be good too. But I
What's
mean,
his name? Peter, the guy who directed Karate Kid and Rocky 1. What's his name?
John Alvarez.
Albertson.
Available.
Yes. I love every movie that guy made, man.
Yeah,
Some of it is a little sappy and
I
idealistic.
think he did Rocky
but-
5 though.
Oh yeah, he came back for Rocky 5, huh?
Yeah,
He
I
did.
think so. Something like that.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
was
one
a
with
flop.
Tommy, right?
Yeah, that was a bad one. That was probably one of the worst Rockies.
Yeah,
It was.
It was.
It's when Rocky overstayed the welcome. Like he wasn't. Rocky wasn't old enough for us to go. Yeah, we want to go back to that.
yeah. I think we were done with it.
Yeah.
So would you say it's the rockiest film? Anderson, don't shake your head. You know it's true.
Girl, you know it's true.
Ooh, I love that song, man. When I found out that they did not sing that song, I was
Oh.
devastated. I think
I was
that.
devastated.
I mean, speaking of remakes, I would do a Milli Vanilli biography remake today.
That
And you-
yeah.
You could do that in blackface.
Wow. Whoa.
This
That's
isn't gonna make it
symbolism.
in-
That they're fake all the way through. They're not even black.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. It's like White Chicks Part 2. The reverse.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's part of the Wayne cinematic universe.
Yeah. You know, I have Milli Vanilli, Girl, You Know When It's True, on my playlist no matter what.
Oh, who doesn't?
In my top 100.
Who doesn't?
It's always there.
I don't.
Over Blame It on the Rain.
Blame it
How
on
do
the
you
rain.
Blame It on
not?
the Rain
Wait
was
a
a good
minute.
track,
You
too.
don't have Milli Blame It on the Rain or Girl You Know It's True on any of your playlists?
Oh,
Racer
it's,
M?
I have it. I even have the remixes when they did the remix album. Ooh. Racer.
You every day that I talk to you, you surprise me more and more. But the surprise turns into
With
disappointment.
delight.
Disappointment and fear of what the future generations are going to become when you do not have Blame It on the Rain on your playlist. You don't know what music is, man. You probably don't even dance. Like the four of us, we dance. We sing probably in the shower. We dance. We do a little shuffle here and there. Like,
Absolutely.
Blame it
Oh.
on the rain, right? You.
I think we're getting off topic.
If this was American Idol, I would go,
Hey, Mr. Producer. Mr.
Buzzer.
Producer.
get the hell out of here. Okay, so everybody, all right, so we talked about the remakes, all right, and, oh yeah, we should talk about what to watch this week, because last week we skipped it, so let's do a real quick one. All right, David,
Hey,
which
Racer
I
M.
didn't get to do my
still
remake.
has
Oh,
to
you didn't? I'm
give
sorry.
his
Racer M.
remake.
Oh, I thought, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Sung. Yeah, sure. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Producer. Just mute me. Mute me now. Kill the feed.
All right, what
Do
is
it. So my remake is gonna be at the tail end of the '90s. It's an Alexander Payne movie called Election.
Good one.
It's the original starred Matthew Broderick, Reese Witherspoon, and again to call back Legend of Chun-Li, Chris Klein. And
Yes.
the reason why I thought about Election was, firstly, I was just looking around at my Blu-rays and I was like, what's a 90s movie to pick? And I landed on that one and I realized that one is right to be remade, considering how much the political landscape has changed from 1999 to the shit show that it is now, with social media, the person that I don't even want to think of as the president. And I was thinking that for that movie I would be casting let's see, for the Matthew Broderick, the teacher, I would cast Joseph Gordon-Levitt, just because for the original movie,
Oh, good choice.
I feel like Matthew
I really love
Broderick,
that movie,
having
yeah.
played
Yeah, it's a great film.
iconic high school characters like Ferris Bueller, that baggage coming into Election as him being the teacher was really interesting. So I was thinking we'd have to pick someone who's had that kind of similar background to have a remake work on all those same levels. So Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he was in 10 Things I Hate About You. He was in that one Halloween movie. I'm sure he's in others that I'm forgetting. But I feel like it would be really interesting to see him as someone who's kind of an insecure dick. In terms of the Chris Klein role, I was thinking Tom Holland because when I think of Chris Klein in that movie, I think of him as like a beefy kind of quarterback. So he's like very beefy and very oblivious, but it would be kind of interesting to see someone who's very athletic, but more on like the wiry side. So I feel like Tom Holland would be interesting for that role. In terms of the sister, Tammy, so Chris Klein's sister, I would cast Zendaya and do like a Spider-Man kind of reunion. So she could be like the black sheep in the family. She could be adopted, or Tom Holland could be the adopted one. I don't know. And then I was thinking for Tracy Flick,
Oh,
Kelly Marie Tran.
that's a good one.
And yeah. And I was thinking about that character. So like Tracy Flick in the original Election, played by Reese Witherspoon, like she's someone who's very cutthroat about winning, but she's also extremely competent. And I feel like if you were to remake this and to reflect the current climate, it would be interesting to see someone who is possibly just as ambitious, but possibly an idiot to mirror our current political situation. So that would be
That's
an
a good.
interesting
That's a
contrast
great
for me.
choice.
So
That's a great
yeah.
choice. I love that film. That was a MTV. That was, I think, MTV Films' first studio film, right? That was a true MTV film.
I forgot if it was the first, but it was definitely one. And the first time I saw it, I unfortunately watched it with my mom in Las Vegas pay-per-view, and it was extremely awkward. But like super awkward. But I was still like, I know this is funny, but man,
Why was it
uncomfortable.
awkward? Why was it awkward?
I mean, there's that whole scene where Chris Klein gets like a blowy in like the hot tub, and it's and also like the whole Tracy Flick sleeping with her teacher. That was extremely uncomfortable. Oh God. Not a good movie to watch with your folks, especially if you're like young, like I was. Ooh.
No, you
I
redeemed
think
yourself with that pick. You redeemed yourself.
Yeah,
Corey,
I
come
was
on,
surprised.
Corey, you gotta be. Someone's gotta be Team Me. Shit. Mr. Assless
We want
Chaps.
to support you.
Assless
We
Chaps.
want to be. We want Racer M. We want you on the team. We want to include you, but you constantly keep yourself outside of the circle. Like there's a circle of like trust. This, it's here. It's just basic foundation. When we talk about films, there's just a basic makeup of the DNA, and you haven't seen some of the most important elements like Rocky Horror Show. This is out. So this is us. This is you here. And each episode you get further and further away out here.
This is like you
And
guys.
then it becomes
this is me,
us.
And you push me out. You're pushing
No.
me out. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're pushing me out. It's so big.
Look at your
Look,
background.
We don't all watch the
Why
same
do you
movies.
have that background? Why do you have that background?
Because I like Street Fighter too.
Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, that's right. I thought because
it's
you wanted to be in Vegas.
No, it's Balrog stage.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter, Racer M, because no one knows who you are. So no one can feel sorry for you because you don't exist. And with that,
Hey,
thanks everybody for joining in.
Take care, guys.
All right. Thanks for tuning into Sung's Garage. I hope you enjoyed this episode of What to Watch. It's tough to not think negatively about the situation, but I'm really glad to have the guys here to cheer me up. Now, it's important that if you have experienced any incidents of anti-Asian harassment, please report it, and especially be safe. So let's all continue to stay indoors if possible and stay safe during these tough times. For all those medical first responders or essential people helping, I truly send my thanks to all of you. All right, everyone. You all be good.